Hi everybody. Today I'm going to be doing an animal drawing tutorial using the technique I use to draw all the animals I've done so far, which as of today is 102 animals for 102 days. Today I'm going to be drawing secretary birds, which is one I've already drawn, but one I think is really fun to draw and is easy to sketch. So I think it'll be a good one to follow along with. And just really fun to draw. I'm looking forward to it. So a quick rundown of my materials. I use Tombow ABT water-based markers. These have a brush tip and a fine line tip, and so they're kind of a great deal for what they are. I think they're about $3.50 a marker. For my fine lining, I use a Pentel brush pen. These are refillable. You can get all sorts of sizes of lines. And I also use Posca, I don't know how to pronounce it, acrylic markers as a final white highlight. I usually am drawing in a B Paper Company sketchbook. This is mixed media paper. Works really well with the markers I use. Today I'm going to be drawing in a Canson mixed media pad because I wanted a bigger space to do this tutorial for. But what else? What else do I have to talk about? For this technique, I think it's best if you have a water-based marker. But if you don't, or if you just have Crayola markers, or if you have colored pencils, I think that's all going to work if you just follow along and follow the steps. I use a similar technique to that of watercoloring. So if you want to watercolor while we're doing this, that's fine too. It's really up to you and what you have. I don't think you should feel limited by the tools you have. I think that the skills you develop are much more important than the tools you have. I think the tools you have can help a lot once you get the skills, but I think skills are more important. I want to also just say thank you for everyone who's been watching it's been 102 days so far. Thank you all for the nice words and comments and suggestions, and I'm excited to keep drawing animals with you. Today, we're going to draw animals together. We're going to be starting by picking a reference photo. I picked this one off of Pinterest of a secretary bird head. I really like the outline, the silhouette, the shapes, the colors really pop. And I think when picking a reference photo, it's important to find one that you're really drawn to. Search around on Pinterest for an animal photo you like. If you want to follow along with me, go ahead and we can use this one. I always start my sketches with a lighter, sometimes dried out marker. This really lets me be super light with everything I'm drawing. And for this step, everything we are sketching here is going to get covered up by a darker color pretty much. So it doesn't have to be perfect. All we're really trying to do is to rough out the general shape of the animal. In this case, it's a head. And so we're going to be roughing out the beak, these sort of long feathers around the head that are pretty iconic for the secretary bird. And then the curve of this neck is going to be important. And while you're doing this step, I think looking back at your reference is probably the most important thing. If things start feeling a little wonky, if your proportions start feeling off, if it just doesn't look right, go back to your reference and see what's different between your sketch and it. And once you start being able to see those differences, you're going to be able to know what to change and what to adjust. And it's going to make your final sketch a lot closer to the reference, which in this process, in my technique, is the goal. I didn't want this video to be half an hour long, so I'm cutting up and speeding through a bit of this process. But at any point, go ahead and pause, and you can get caught up if you want, and just continue on at your own speed. Okay, so up next, we are going to be adding some midtones. I've picked a cool gray for this. And what we're going to be doing is looking at our reference photo and looking for anywhere that the feathers are darker. So underneath the beak, that chin, there's a line coming out from the eye, the head feathers, and then the back left of the neck coming down is getting a little darker. So everywhere we're going to be seeing that, we're going to be adding in midtones, this cool gray. And to suggest that this whole bird is covered in feathers, we're going to be putting texture in specific locations. We're not going to be drawing every single feather. We're not going for realism with this. This is more of a sketch. And so we're going to be light and loose with our brush strokes. We want it to be painterly and dynamic. We're not coloring in the lines. We're not doing blocks of color. We are making sure that texture is coming through. We really want that texture. And it's going to look pretty sloppy right now. This is the ugly stage, right? So once we add in ink, we're going to be able to tighten it up a whole bunch. But for right now, just get loose, go crazy. It's going to be okay. We'll get through this. So up next, we're going to be adding some color into the details of this secretary bird. This face is just so vibrant and really pops. And if we look closely, we'll see that from left to right, there's a yellow to orange to red gradient going on here. So I'm using 3 markers. I started with this mustard yellow, and now I'm doing a bit more of an orange. Next is the red, and working again from darkest to lightest is a good idea, because once I've added this red in, I can go back with my orange and blend them back through so that it's more of a gradient and less of 3 separate colors. So up next, we have my favorite part, which is the inking. This is the part of the process where you are using and trusting the shapes you've already built with your initial sketch along with your midtones. Pretty much everything you have drawn so far is going to be supporting your inking at this point. And I still think it's good to be looking at your reference for this. We don't want to be just looking at our colors, because there might be some parts of your sketch that you're not exactly happy with. And at the inking stage, you can completely correct them, because up until this point, nothing's really set in stone. This is the part that is a bit higher pressure, in my opinion. So I think it's important to take your time and really think about where you want your lines to be. Keep checking your reference. But also, it's just a sketch. You're going to be doing a lot more sketches. So don't overthink it. Don't sweat it. It's going to be okay. Just keep going. If you get a line out of place, it probably won't look out of place by the time you're done inking. So just keep moving, and we can always try to correct it later with some white paint. So you'll see here that I'm doing a bit of an outline and sketching the feathers, and we're not drawing every feather in the same way we did with the midtones. We are just trying to insinuate feathers. We're trying to create the illusion that this whole bird is covered in feathers, but really we're just drawing a couple lines that create that illusion. So my final step is usually to take my acrylic white paint marker and do a bit of highlighting. So I can go back through and look at my reference and find where different parts of the subject is bright and shiny, whether it's shiny skin or reflective feathers, or I just want to change my outline a little bit, add a little more texture. I can sort of erase the black, and this is a step that I think really can make your illustration pop, because everything has a level of shininess, and usually in animals there's always something that's going to be a little shiny. So finding those details and accentuating them can really make things pop and really add the extra layer to a great sketch. So for the rest of this video, I'm going to be showing myself filling up the rest of this page like I normally do for my Animal of the Day videos. And now that you know my process, you can definitely see the steps as I go, starting with the lights, working through midtones, and then finally finishing up with the inking, with the outlines. And it just really works for pretty much every animal I've ever drawn. And usually for my daily animal videos, I've never drawn the animal before. And just getting good at looking at your reference and slowly building up your sketch through lights to darks, it's really made me be able to draw any animal I've tried so far. I haven't really gotten stumped yet. And it's pretty empowering, actually, because I haven't studied a lot of anatomy. And don't get me wrong, I think studying anatomy and really getting into the details and musculature and skeletons and stuff can be really great for your drawing. I just don't have time to do that for every single animal I've drawn. So this technique of just more relying on your reference and building your sketch slowly from lights to darks, it's kind of a cheat code for drawing any animal I've tried so far. Some animals turn out better than others, and in the end, I kind of don't beat myself up about that too much, because usually it's the first time I've ever drawn it. So if I ever want to try again, it'll probably be better. And each time I draw, not just animals, but on my own, I know I'm getting better because I'm using the skills and learning from the mistakes I've made and just putting more focus and attention in. So yeah, drawing is a process, and I think a skill that anybody can learn. I really mean that. I used to be really bad at drawing, and I think I've gotten a lot better. And I hope that seeing this process has simplified things or made it a little more, seem a little less daunting to people who are just starting out. I just think drawing is really fun, and I think everyone should do it. And I think it's good for your brain and your eye. How you see the world changes when you start to draw a lot. How you see color changes. You'll start noticing things everywhere, and it just really, really is. I'm so glad that I started drawing more and have gotten really into this, because it's definitely made my life a lot better. So I hope you learned a lot from that tutorial. I hope that all made sense. If you have any more questions, comment below. Let me know. Let me know what animal I should draw next. Also, I'm going to plug my stickers and prints. I have a store on Redbubble. If you want to support my art, go check that out. The link is in the description of this video and in my YouTube bio. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. A huge shout out to my lovely, lovely girlfriend for putting together this background for me. I think it turned out really well. Thank you again for watching all of the reels and animals of the day so far. Lots more to come. Keep suggesting your favorite animals, and I'll see you in the next video.